Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at The Dentist 2, which came out in 1998 and which sometimes included the subtitle, Brace Yourself! Although The Dentist 2 sees Brian Yuzna return to the director's chair, it feels a little more like a sequel made by a first-time filmmaker. Gone are the interesting side characters and weird tone building of the original, and to make up for their absence, the movie just fills in the runtime with more and more mouth-based gore. Corbin Burnson is still great, and I'm glad they brought back Linda Hoffman as Brooke, but honestly, the best thing about this movie might be the scary-ass home video cover that surely scarred many a young Blockbuster browser in the late 90s. How many kills will we get in our follow-up visit with Dr. Finestone? Let's find out and get to them. The movie begins in a spotless white dentist's room with opera music playing. So yeah, I think we're in the right franchise. But how can we know for sure? Oh, yep, it's the right one. Oh God, it's the right one! We don't need any more proof, stop it!
I didn't do that. Stranger.
Yeah, that's what Alan Finestone tells the doctor interviewing him in the psych ward. He chalks his murders up to a dissociated alter ego. He tells her that man is gone now, but it looks like his evil twin left something stitched up inside his leg. He fiddles about in his calf flesh and takes out some kind of pick, then uses the sharp instrument to gain control of the situation. Before you can say iris wipe, he's cruising down the road and listening to KOPRA. We never see what happened to the doctor, and although he probably killed her, we just can't say for certain. Sorry, folks. As he heads into the mountains, his estranged wife, Brooke, practices turning around with a silly face and walking super weird. Great job on both accounts, Brooke. She's got new teeth, but still no tongue, so she has to write notes to this private investigator she's hiring to track down her ex-husband now that he's flown the coop. The PI is gonna be using postcards to try to find Doc Finestone, which actually turns out is a solid plan, since one look inside the picture-perfect town of Paradise, Missouri shows that Alan Finestone has arrived, dressed all incognito so he can blend in with the locals. He meets with a local banker, Jeremy Wilkes, who greets him like an old friend.
Well, I'll be Larry Kane.
That's not his name. Nope, apparently this whole time, Alan Finestone has had a secret identity in Paradise, Missouri as Dr. Lawrence Kane. Why did he have a fake identity here, complete with a safety deposit box established at least 5 years ago? So we could have a sequel, you dummies! Larry Kane says he got sick of living in the big city, though he lies and says he was in DC instead of LA. And he tells Jeremy he's decided to live a quieter life in Paradise. Jeremy thinks that that's so swell, why Larry ought to meet his niece Jamie. She takes a liking to Larry, which cannot be said for Jeremy's secretary Beverly. She knows something's weird with this dude. Larry moves into a cottage that's right next to Jamie's home, but the cozy bed there can't prevent him from having nightmares of Alan Finestone.
Because when it comes right down to it, a cane is just a Finestone, and we all know what a Finestone is, don't we?
Jamie hears the commotion and comes over to check on Larry, but despite him zoning out and zooming in on her mouth, he plays it cool and gives her an excuse while standing all up in her personal space. The next day, they get lunch together at a cafe, where Jamie gives Alan her backstory, which is full of college student-sounding ruminations.
A few lost years contemplating the meaning of art in a world that was consumed by commercialism.
Barf. Larry has a brief unstable hiccup at the sight of the waitress's teeth, but he recovers and becomes completely enraptured with Jamie as she helps him quote a poem or some shit. Their dinner ends early when Larry takes a bite that causes him to lose a dental cap, and the next day he goes to the local dentist to get it re-cemented. Uh-oh, Larry, this better not awaken anything in you. But it does. He puts on a dental jacket and has a mental fantasy involving an unruly patient.
You've got to sit still.
I love how even in his wildest fantasy, it sucks to be a dentist. He's eventually seen by the dentist Dr. Burns, who calls him a city boy and takes pride in his country practice. But evidently, his country practice is worth piss all, since it results in Larry's cap falling off again on his drive home. Aw, and he took a black marker to my tooth too? That bastard! Alan returns to Doc Burns' office/home and uses a golf club to threaten the other dentist over his shitty job.
What'd you use, library paste?
He berates Burns for bringing a bad name to dentistry, and then revokes Burns' dental license by jabbing him down the stairs with the golf club. It is one slow-ass, weak-sauce fall, but wouldn't you believe it, it fucking kills the guy. The next day, Jeremy Wilkes asks Larry to take up the dental mantle and become Paradise's new dentist, since now they're missing one. Larry says no at first, but eventually he accepts the position. After all, the office comes with an apartment to live in upstairs and free hallucinations of a razor-mouthed wife. And look at that anteater tongue.
Fine stone, Dr. Kane! Fine stone, the bitch!
Wait, what the fuck are we even watching anymore? Alan's first patient just so happens to be Jamie, who has a small cavity near her gum line. Think you can handle this without seeing imaginary rotten teeth and getting all murdery, Doc? So far, so good. Ooh, a bug. Okay, that's not great, but it's not the worst. Oh, ew, that's a lot of bugs. What, did Yuzna have Screaming Mad George do some special guest makeup effects for a day? Despite the insect interruption, Larry regains control of himself and finishes the job, which does wonders for the guy's self-esteem.
I did it. I'm a dentist. I am the best damn dentist there ever was.
Larry has a grand opening for his new practice, which becomes so popular so fast, he even gets a late-night visit from Clint frickin' Howard.
My damn tooth is killing me.
Probably had one too many ice cream treats. Larry doesn't want to see a patient this late, but the dude insists, so Larry sticks him in the chair. Turns out Mr. Toothache here is from Los Angeles, and he slowly begins to recognize Larry, since, you know, they're from the same small town and all. After one or two unfortunate dental mishaps, Clint Howard pushes Larry away and finally puts two and two together.
I know you. Fish bean or fine bean. Feinberg. He's a crazy dentist.
Close enough. He tries to leave, but Larry ain't having it. And to stop Clint from getting away, he sticks a long needle in the side of his head. Aw, didn't he already go through that in Ice Cream Man? The ear stab kills Mr. Toothache, which is literally what the character is named in the credits.
You just couldn't have your toothache someplace else, could you?
Nope, he had to have it in Paradise, which is where Brooks' private eye has finally arrived. He stops in the cafe and asks after the new dentist in town, but before he can meet that receptionist Beverly, who still harbors suspicions towards Larry, the dick disappears. Still, hearing that someone's been asking about him causes Beverly to do some research and find out that Larry Kane doesn't actually exist.
Gotcha.
She brings up the identity fraud to Jeremy Wilkes, but he gives her a Bert Cooper response and says it doesn't matter. While walking down the sidewalk, Jamie runs into her old friend / lover maybe, a guy named Robbie who has a habit of proposing to her with sidewalk daisies. She shoots him down, but not without a smooch, which Larry the Pain Kane just so happens to see as he drives by.
No, not again.
No, it's not again. Jamie ain't married to you, dog. You guys aren't even dating. When Jamie stops by Larry's work that day, he brings up what he saw. Despite not owing this guy a goddamn thing, Jamie promises him that she and Robbie are just friends. But as Larry sees that night, creeping around inside her house, they might just be the kind of friends that have benefits. Super explicit benefits, my god. In fact, I've got to be honest here, the only thing I remembered from this movie before rewatching it for the kill count was that you could see Robbie's balls during the sex scene. I can't show you, obviously, but I'm not joking. That just... it always stuck with me, man. Only, wait a minute, that sex scene wasn't real? What? Oh shit, none of this is real. Look, there's a camera guy in that reflection. I think you're getting Truman Showed, Larry. In an effort to nail down this relationship so he can stop having scrotum-filled hallucinations, Larry has Jamie over for a romantically lit backyard dinner. It successfully swoons her, and they're just about ready to stop breathing in each other's faces and start slurping down each other's spit when a phone call from Robbie that goes to the answering machine spoils the mood. Jamie admits that one time she did sleep with the dude back when she was vulnerable from losing both her parents. But seriously, lady, you don't owe Alan one turd of an explanation for your past sex life. Why are you apologizing to this clean freak?
Would you stop
cleaning my kitchen!
That's more like it. Take that asshole sponge away. And don't fall for his I'm sorry roses the next day either. That's classic emotional abuse. Larry's abuse continues after he sees some out-of-date magazines in his office, causing him to pull a real Amy Klobuchar on his receptionist, Bernice. Don't hit her in the head, dude. She might fall into a coma and come out thinking she's a teenager again. Anyway, Larry's not in the best of moods when Beverly comes to his office after acquiring more evidence that Lawrence Kane doesn't really exist. He has her sit down so he can fix the discoloration on her front tooth, but as soon as she starts asking about Hollywood, Larry gasses her up until she passes out. She wakes up tied to the chair so this movie can do what it does best, make the audience uncomfortable with dental torture. He exposes her nerve with a drill and says that if she lies answering any of his questions, why he's gonna do this to her! I don't know why she lies right off the bat then, other than to make us all squirm some more. Robbie pulls up to the office to finish the construction he's been working on, and when he hears Bev screaming for help, he forces his way inside. Unfortunately for Bev, before he can be her blue-collar solid hero, he gets in a fight with Larry that leaves him dead from a, what is that, an axe? A hammer? A hammer axe? I'm not a tool guy, obviously. But I am a kill counter, and I can tell you that Larry ensures Robbie's death with a couple more strikes to the head. Squish nasty! With Robbie dead, Larry's free to retie Bev to the chair and continue to engage in mouth torture, which eventually ends up killing her. We'll see her body later. For those of you who want the gruesome details though, he yoinks out a couple of her teeth and drills some others all to bloody bits. Wow, this movie is fucking gross. Throughout all this, that stupid private investigator plotline has been advancing on the side. The dick shows Brooke that Alan's in Paradise, Missouri, so she heads there and shows up at Larry's office to laugh at him from the bottom of the stairs. It's a little much for Larry's mental state, and he starts seeing both his love interests interchange, kinda like the screenplays treat him. Brooke puts Larry in a dental chair and goes to make out with him, although she may have a hard time slipping him the tongue. Having grossly seduced him, Brooke's ready to enact her revenge by cutting off Alan Larry's tongue, but he fights back at the last minute and is looking like quite the victim when Jamie walks in. She knocks Brooke off of him and goes to call the police, but then she discovers the bodies of Beverly and Robbie, with some graphic close-ups for the gore lovers. Great. It's pretty fucking obvious who killed those people, so Jamie kicks Larry in the face and runs upstairs, leaving him behind to do his best Jack Torrance impression.
Jamie.
Oh my god, she even hides in the bathroom of his apartment unit while he tries to get in? Be more blatant, why don't you, movie? No, I didn't mean for real. You better have a damn good line here if you're about to pull a Here's Johnny on us.
Corned beef and cabbage.
What the fuck? No! He busts in and knocks her unconscious in the tub, then brings her into his all-new super shiny dentist room. Isn't this place nice, Jamie?
It's an empty room.
Oh, so it is. I see what's going on here. This room's not really a dentist office, and that drill he's grabbing ain't really made for teeth. He tries to use the power drill on her, but she kicks him away. And I guess that kind of breaks his brain, because he's just about to stumble out of there all confused when Brooke appears and swipes at him some more. Oh, cool, yeah. Let's have these two overpower and put an end to this evil dentist. Nope, never mind. That didn't go so well. Wait, what? That killed Brooke? Are you serious? Wow, that's some bullshit. She came all the way to Paradise for nothing. Larry laughs and bangs his head on the door that Jamie's hiding behind, then swings it open to reveal her aiming a nail gun at him. Although he doesn't take her seriously, she ends up pulling the trigger a whole bunch and unloading the gun until he falls on her. He survives the encounter and walks away through a random-ass surprise party in his office. And after Bernice finds Jamie alive under some boxes, the movie ends with Alan Finestone / Larry Kane making his way to the next town looking like John Ritter in Bride of Chucky. That's all, folks! How many people had some lethal trouble in Paradise? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Five people died in The Dentist 2, with the victims consisting of 3 dudes and 2 ladies. I'm out of pie chart jokes, so just take a look at that. Great, huh? With a runtime of 99 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 19.8 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Beverly. Even though all the mouth gore was overkill by the time she died, it's still the only not shitty death in the movie. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Brooke. Both she and Doc Burns had unbelievably lame deaths, but he had to die for the story to progress. Brooke's death just made her whole subplot worthless. Felt like I was watching Game of Thrones Season 8 all over again. And that's it. The Dentist 2 came out in 1998, I'm pretty sure direct to video, and the franchise was never visited again. Meh. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this Kill Count. I want to thank some patrons like Anthony Seraphin, Matthew Tarbutton, Corey, Liberty Balchin, Patrick Bird, and Karen DeWeaver. And another thanks to NordVPN, my old reliable sponsors. I seriously use Nord every day. I'm paranoid about my internet use. Probably because I'm old. You're almost out of time to order the Dead Meat Collector's Edition of In Search of Darkness, the 80s horror documentary. Info's in the description below. Be good people.